This is Bobby Bacala from The Sopranos. You're listening to John Santos, the radio. Here's your host, John Santo. Hello, guys. This is John Santo, and you're listening to the radio. Thank you, Donna Summer. That is my theme song. I am in the studio with Mr. Producer, Bobby.
I'm supposed to say it.
Oh, shit.
You screwed up.
Delete that. We'll
Go
clean it
ahead.
up.
I was waiting for my cue.
Damn it. That's a tradition where the special guest host always introduces him or herself. Let's do this. It's not like it's live, so we'll just do a retake. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my special guest co-host,
Bobby Serra.
There we go. Fixed.
There you go.
With all this shit going on today, not a bad thing to have to worry about. Right?
Yeah, things could be worse.
I'll tell you something. This is bad. I this morning, for the first time in that I can remember, I drank no pulp orange juice.
Why no pulp?
Well, that's all they had. They didn't have the pulp.
Oh, okay. I thought there was a problem with the pulp now.
I like no problem with pulp.
And you can't have pulp now?
I like maximum pulpage.
I love pulp.
Love pulp.
I could drink straight pulp.
I wish you were sitting closer to me. I'd give you a hug. Actually, I wouldn't because we have to do social distancing. Bobby's a good 10 feet away.
Yeah, we're about 10 feet away.
About 10 feet, so well in compliance, right?
Exactly. We are within the recommended guidelines.
By the CDC.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul Bond was supposed to be my guest tonight. Paul is doesn't have coronavirus. But is ill, and we wish Paul a speedy recovery. We are absolutely going to have Paul here in the future week, and I was supposed to be on a cruise the week of Easter week, that week. That's not happening, so there's no way I'm going on a cruise ship, but we're able to get a refund.
That's good.
Yeah, our embarkation date was the exact last day that they're currently offering refunds for.
Nice.
So we lucked out there.
That's good.
So I'm totally getting a refund.
I
was really looking forward to it, though. We were really looking forward to it with the kids and my entire family, my brother-in-law, my in-laws. We were going to go to Bermuda and back. I was so looking forward to it. But, you know, this whole situation is crazy.
Yeah, and you definitely don't want to be on a cruise ship during something like this.
No way, because my luck, one guy will get it.
Yeah.
And we're done.
We're done.
Done. Quarantined. Quarantined. Well, we have a big show tonight.
I'm glad to be a part of it.
I don't know. Did you hear this? But ISIS is telling that. Well, actually, Tom Brokaw is going to introduce this segment. Tom has a segment on ISIS in Europe. Tom, are you there? Hello, John. This is Tom Brokaw. Hello, Bobby. Yes, the segment is that the leader of ISIS, Ahmed al-Khani, is on the line with us because ISIS is not allowing their fighters to go to Europe because of the coronavirus. Mr. al-Khani, welcome to the radio. Hello, Tom. It is great to be here. Death to America. Well, thank you for joining us. So why are you telling your fighters that they can't go to Europe? Well, Tom, it is much too dangerous, you understand, for the fighters to go to Europe because the health and well-being of our suicide bombers is our top priority. So, okay. Well, Mr. al-Khani, are you still there? We're just getting word that a CIA drone has taken out Mr. al-Khani. So we just want to thank him for joining us, even though he's probably deceased. We had the head of ISIS, Bobby, on the phone.
For a moment,
until the CIA... He probably was using his cell phone. So very stupid.
Just think, you were the last person...
Right? On the radio.
You and Tom, on your show, the last anybody heard of that guy.
We may have very well helped facilitate...
history.
The taking out of the current head of ISIS.
Your ratings are going to go through the roof.
Through the roof.
I mean, you're the number one show in this time slot on this network. To begin with.
And apparently we have some listeners at the Central Intelligence Agency. We want to shout out to them. Thank you very much. And, I'm glad I kept them on long enough like you told me.
That's great.
So we took him out. We took out al-Khani.
All right. I feel good.
I feel good, too. Our ratings are going through the roof. We're going to be so bad. Tom, are you still there? Yes, tomorrow on NBC News, we're going to say how John Santos, the radio, facilitated in the elimination of Ahmed Al-Khani. This is just unbelievable.
Nice. This show is off to an amazing start.
Amazing. Those Reaper drones are amazing. They have 2 Hellfire missiles. And once they triangulate a target, that's it. Lights out.
It's done.
They fire that weapon, it's like seconds until impact.
Yeah.
I love those things.
I would not want a drone to be focused on me.
Nope. You know, the Air Force now graduates more drone pilots than they do pilots of planes that have the pilots in them.
And that's why a lot of these kids who play these video games are going to be real good at that stuff.
I'll tell you a true story. When I was in the defense industry, I saw a drone remote control for the smaller ones, not the Reapers fly at high altitude. They're flown in Las Vegas by people in trailers that have like a full cockpit and everything. These are the handheld ones. The controller looked just like the Xbox.
Yeah.
Or the place, whatever it is.
Yeah, they're all pretty similar.
The same. It had the 2 triggers. It had the hat switch. The same. So I said, he said, yep, that's exactly what we did. He said, the kids have 1,000 hours of muscle memory before they even start. They reduced the training time by 75, 80, 90% in some cases. That's amazing. That's true. That's not BS. That's actual truth.
That's the fact, Jack.
That's the fact, Jack. Well, we do actually have... we were able to tap into an alternate universe. Star Trek fans will know what I'm talking about. There's a parallel universe to this one, and it bridges the gap between the entertainment world and the real world. So we have made contact with that universe, Bobby.
Really?
We have. And in that world, Tony Soprano is the president of the United States.
Of the United Federation or the United States?
It's like the parallel United States, but in that world, it's interchangeable.
So it's like the what did you call it? It was
like in Star Trek, they had that Terran universe. So everything was the same but different. You follow?
Yeah, I follow.
Yeah, like that. So, we're gonna listen into that because that's actually happening. And President Soprano is about to address the United States and that universe about the coronavirus.
Oh, my God. Let's do it.
This is huge.
This is history again.
History. Took out a terrorist, contact with a parallel universe.
I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say either.
This is the greatest show ever on this network.
Ever. And guess what? I don't care how many people we reach after, because we're going to reach a lot of people after this. We're still doing the show here. I'm not going into the city.
You may even be able to get even bigger numbers in that alternate universe.
That's right, because we're broadcasting there now, too.
Exactly.
You blew my mind. I never even thought of that.
Mind blown.
Mind blown. I wonder if it's called the same thing. It's probably still Strong Island Radio in that universe.
I imagine so. It's the same but different.
The same but different. I wonder if I'm still on Mondays at 9 in that alternate universe.
I'm sure you are.
I probably am. All right, well, let's see if we can tune that in. We have reconfigured the satellite dish. Did you see the satellite dish I had built across the street?
It's tremendous.
Tremendous.
I don't even know how you got that there.
I know some people at NASA, and they helped me. And we have a tremendous radio. It's a radio telescope, actually. So we're able to listen, but we can't see. But we can get the audio. And I think it's coming in now, I think.
Okay.
My fellow Americans, I'm President Tony Soprano. With regards to the coronavirus situation, suffice to say, it's frickin' bad. This frickin' case is popping up all over the place. It's forced me to take some unprecedented action, unprecedented in the history of the United States and probably the world. I want to assure the American people that these actions will help reduce the spread of the virus. Card games and strip clubs are now closed. That includes the Bada Bing in New Jersey. Many of you know that that's a near and dear business to me because I'm a co-owner. But I would like to introduce a small business owner affected by this closure, Mr. Silvio Dante. Yeah, thanks, Tom. Suffice to say, all events at the Bada Bing, they had to be postponed. Bachelor parties, everything. We're limiting people, so the Butterming is closed. I'm announcing a special aid package so that strippers and prostitutes and all the people affected by this closure are compensated. Yeah, thanks, Tone. I appreciate that. Members of Congress, this will go a long way to keeping small businesses solvent. All right, and all collections, unnecessary collections, are hereby suspended. I want to assure the American people that the following products are still safe: ravioli, gabagool, Italian bread. In fact, garlic has shown promise in fighting the virus. We recommend garlic powder or raw garlic, available at Satrielli's, which is now extending its hours to accommodate the increase in demand. Stop hoarding toilet paper and shit like that, no pun intended. Because you don't need it. The stores are going to be open. I guarantee it. So with that, with that, I'll take a couple of questions. I also have Dr. Anthony Fauci. So before we take a few questions, let's introduce Dr. Anthony Fauci, who's Italian, and he really knows his shit. So I want to caution members of the press, don't get like you get and be an asshole. Ask him real questions and don't be a schmuck. So, Dr. Fauci. Thank you, Tony. What we're doing, President Soprano, I'm sorry. What we're attempting to do is we want to calm the public. We have to flatten the curve. The curve right now is too curvical. We need to flatten it down to where it's no longer a curve. We need to flatten the curve till it's flat. Like picture a hill, but the hill's no longer there. It's flat. That's what we need to do. We need to reduce the number of people traveling. So the strip clubs, can't have those anymore, unfortunately. No more lap dances. We need to get rid of the card games because you could pass the virus on the cards. Same thing with the casinos and the illegal and the legal ones. We need to get rid of those. I also want to caution that there were a lot of people that are buying these dual-purpose thermometers. They're buying the oral rectal thermometer. Those are fine. They're fine. But always remember this saying, once a rectal thermometer, always and only a rectal thermometer. We don't want you to ever use that. I wish they would just make a rectal and an oral. Not to be disgusting, but you really don't want to use it orally after you've used it rectally. Oral to rectal is okay, but rectal to oral is not okay. Better to buy two and label them rectal or oral. We also have the modern thermometers you put on your forehead. Never use those rectally. And that's pretty much all I had on this. But flatten the curve. Don't go out unless you're going to buy Italian food at Satrielli's. Thank you, Dr. Fauci. So with that, I'll take a few questions from the press. Mr. Soprano, President Soprano, Senator O'Neill said that your administration wasn't quick enough in getting the testing kits out there. What do you have to say? Well, what was I supposed to do? Pull them out of my ass? I mean, we ordered them as fast as we could. As soon as they were available, we ordered them. Well, he says that you acted too slowly. Who are you going to believe, that fat drunk or me? I mean, he's an asshole. He criticizes me for everything. Okay? If I walked across the frickin' from Queens to the Bronx, if I walked on water, he'd say I avoided the toll on the Bronx Neck Bridge. The hell with that schmuck. Any other serious questions? Not bullshit. Yes, Mr. President Soprano, the Speaker of the House has criticized your administration once again. Again with that? I can't stand that piece of shit. He's always criticizing my administration. Well, next question. Bobby, can you believe what we're hearing from this alternate universe?
It's amazing.
Is this incredible or what?
It's not that different from what's going on here.
It really isn't. It's almost like a parallel universe. Well, it literally is a parallel universe.
It's the same, but different. I don't know how to describe it.
It's the same, but that's it perfectly described.
And I love the doctor, Dr.
Fauci is the same doctor.
I mean, his metaphors in making us understand, like when he said, imagine a hill but the hill's not there.
That's flattening the curve.
That is so. I can so visualize that. Like he really has a way with words.
He's on. He knows his. Like the president said, he knows his shit.
Yeah.
But we do have a. We're going to go back to that press conference. Apparently, we lost the connection.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But no, we're going to go back. I think we're getting it again, and President Soprano is. He's back. Oh, he's on with us now.
Oh.
President Soprano, how did that press conference go?
Hey, it was good. You know, the press asked the usual stupid shit. But listen, as a member of the Metropolitan Area Food Industry Association, or MAFIA, Mafia, we want to assure the people that the garlic bread, all that shit is safe, and that Satrielli's is going to remain open. Incidentally, we do have good news to report. West Virginia is the only state without coronavirus. And the reason is nobody frickin' wants to go there anyway. They don't have good Italian food.
Nobody goes there, nobody leaves.
Nobody leaves, nobody goes. It's like a microcosm in the middle of the country there.
So President Soprano, I don't know if you're aware, but in New York City, in our universe, all the gyms are closed at 9 o'clock, effective just as we went on the air, the gyms are closed. But Mayor de Blasio went to the gym today. What do you think of that?
The frickin' mayor that's supposed to lead and show calm went to the frickin' gym hours before the deadline. I don't think that's exactly in the spirit of the law. But he's a frickin' moron anyway, so who gives a shit? Anyway, I gotta go. I got a lot of shit to do.
Well, thank you, President Soprano, joining us from the alternate universe. That was incredible, wasn't it?
It was, it's refreshing to hear a president speak like that. So real.
It was real. It was
very
so real.
Like it's the same but different.
Right. The same but different. I wonder if if Arnold Schwarzenegger could be president in that universe. That would be something.
That's right. The laws could be a little different.
They could be different. They may not have that there. Because it's very similar. It's not exactly the same.
No, it's the same, but it's different.
But different. So maybe that law in their constitution, right?
It's a little different.
It's a little different.
Although it's the same. Primarily it's the same, but it is a little different.
A little different.
So it's possible.
Oh, wait a second. I'm getting word that in that universe, Arnold Schwarzenegger is the vice president of the United States. So apparently it is possible.
Tony Soprano and
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's a powerful team.
Hello there, Bobby and John. It is awesome to be here on the radio. It is fantastic and all of this. And yes, here the constitutions is a little different because we have always allowed the women's to vote over here in this universe, and we've always allowed the people if they're not even in the United States. But I was born here actually in the United States. I'm not from Austria in that, but even though I have the accent, so that's a little weird. But that's the case. And I'm the vice president over here, and we're doing everything we can for the United States, but especially California, to stop the virus and all of that. And the virus is puny and weak, and we're going to be stronger than that. And you should know that. Strong Island Radio, I have always loved it because you promote strong. And as a bodybuilder before I was into politics, very important. So that, Bobby, how did you come up with the name Strong? I love it.
Well, actually, Arnold, you were a big influence in my life. And
no shit.
As a teenager, I bought one of your books, and you just, you had an impact on my life. You're just such a strong man, and I wanted to start a strong business.
That is fantastic. That is so, what a great story.
It is. It is a great story.
I love it. And over here, I've made many of the movies. I played Rambo in the movies, and I loved that. And Sylvester Stallone was fantastic in the Terminator movies. I'm like, wait a second. You were Rambo and Stallone was the Terminator? Yes, that was his best movie. He was fantastic. Well, that's strange because in this universe, you were the Terminator and Stallone was Rambo. No, that does not make any sense to me. He was fantastic as the Terminator in the movie, and I was in the Rambo. I wiped out all of the Russians, and I made all of these movies, and they were great. But Stallone and the Terminator, who can forget? I'll be back. I mean, that was fantastic. Classic line. Mr. Vice President, this is amazing because in this universe, you were the governor of California and not the vice president. What do you mean I was the governor? Bullshit. No, you were. You were the governor of California, and but you couldn't run for president because of we don't allow anybody not born in the United States to run. But I can't believe you were the Rambo. Can you believe that, Bobby? That totally blows everything out of the water.
It's amazing. It's I don't even know what to say. I would love to see those two movies from that alternate
I wonder
universe.
if they can send them. How we could get those?
I'm sure we can send a digital file over. I mean,
I guess and then we could we could use the radio telescope to get it and then reformat it here.
Send it like through
Like-
Facebook.
Oh, like a
or
face, like a
text.
like a
I don't know,
text.
something.
I got to see that Schwarzenegger as Rambo and Stallone as the Terminator. I'll be back. That that would be amazing. So, how are you coping with the coronavirus?
Oh well, obviously I'm very, very healthy individual, and I always have been, and I take excellent care of myself. So I'm not concerned about me getting it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just, concerned about the people who are susceptible to it. The elderly, a lot of people with respiratory diseases and autoimmune diseases. So, my heart goes out to them. Just be careful, and hopefully we can kick this thing in the butt, ASAP.
Yes, I hope we can defeat it because we have to defeat the virus.
It's puny.
It is puny and weak. But it's like, you know what? It's crazy. It's unlike any of the massive things that have hit the United States or the world is that it's invisible almost. It's not something we can see.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something we even know we have or don't have. And we just, like, my mother is in her 70s and my in-law. So I said, you guys, I'll go to the supermarket with gloves on. You guys stay home. I'll just drop the groceries off and try to keep, because I could be carrying the thing and not even know it. Who the hell knows?
Mm-hmm.
That's why, hopefully over the next 2 weeks, the cases will I think they're going to go up because now they're testing everyone. And that drive-through testing, what a great idea.
Yeah.
You drive up in your car and they test you and they don't have to worry about you infecting a whole office full of sick people.
Yeah, I think it's more of trying to control how many people get sick initially.
Correct.
Trying to space it out, so we don't overload the system.
The healthcare system only has, I heard, 1 million beds across the country.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And we have 350 million people living here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, that's a very small number. One less, very small percentage.
Yeah, it's crazy.
0.03% can get treated or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We should have Dr. Fauci back on.
We'll give him a call.
Oh, in this universe, we got to get that Dr. Fauci.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even think of that. Let's call him.
Let's give him a call. Boop, 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 boop.
Hello, this is the White House, President Trump speaking.
Oh, Mr. President, we're looking for Dr. Fauci.
Just a second. Anthony, they want to talk to you at the radio. It's John Santo and Bobby.
Hi, guys. How can I help you? Do you have any questions for Dr. Fauci, Bobby?
Yeah, I do have one question. I'm just curious, what does the coronavirus have to do with toilet paper? I'm a little confused.
We have no clue as to why these people are buying toilet paper. It doesn't cause any symptoms that would require toilet paper.
I mean, I understand the hand sanitizer.
Yes.
I understand, all the cleansers and the Lysol and everything. I just don't get the paper towels, the tissues, and the toilet paper.
They're buying all kinds of things. We don't know why. I was criticized by ABC News in the Rose Garden. They said, why did I touch the microphone? Well, if I didn't, all you would see is the top of my head and the mic in the middle. Because I'm a lot shorter than the other speakers, so I had to lower the mic. So, yes, but I washed my hands right away. So, to answer your question, I don't know why people... And then, did you hear about that guy in Tennessee that bought 18,000 bottles of hand sanitizer?
Well, obviously, he's got plans to do something with it.
He was gouging people
Yeah.
on Amazon, and they took him down. and he's stuck with 17,000 bottles or so. Schmuck, right? What a schmuck. And hopefully he'll, with any luck, he'll lose his house.
You're all right over there?
I'm sorry, but I'm not sick, but this voice takes a lot out of me.
All right.
It's very tough to do. I'll keep doing it as long as we have to because it's important.
I think we should get Trump back on the phone.
Hold on, let me see if he's here. Donald, Mr. President, they want to talk to you.
Hello, Bobby. Hello, John. It's great to be back on the radio. I love the radio. The radio, by the way, my favorite show to listen to Mondays at 9 o'clock on this network. It's the best. Unbelievable show.
Do you have any questions for President Trump?
No, I just want to say, you've been doing a great job, and we're happy that you're taking control of the situation.
Well, we're trying to do very well, and we're trying to do what we can as quickly as we can. But the states are doing a terrific job. Everybody's doing a terrific job. I love the jobs that people are doing, especially myself. I think I'm doing a phenomenal job. Not everybody agrees, but that's okay. Actually, yes, that's okay. So we're all in this together, and we need to put partisan politics aside, especially the Democrats who are horrible. Mr. President, you just said put politics. I'm sorry, I had a moment. We need to put politics aside and come together as a country. Even the Democrats are doing a terrific job.
Oh my God, did I just hear that? He said the Democrats are doing a great job.
Yes, Harry Truman, unbelievable job.
Bobby, I cannot believe not even a half hour into the show, and we have just to recap the first half of the show. We've interviewed the leader of ISIS, and the CIA killed him on the air while we were talking. We reached out into an alternate but similar universe, and had President Soprano on the show, Dr. Anthony Fauci, to Anthony Fauci,
And Vice President Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And we learned that in that world, he was Rambo and Stallone was the Terminator. I have no idea what the hell is going to happen in the second half of the show.
It's crazy. This is history, baby.
This is history. This really is amazing. So let's go to some, let's see what other news stories we have. Baseball was affected by the coronavirus.
They're all the sports.
Right, but I don't give a shit about anything except baseball.
Yeah. Well,
which is a bad attitude. But I'm very glad I went with the Laughter Saves Lives guys down to spring training when we did, because they shut down spring training, I think, last week. We went about 3 weeks ago down there. That was incredible.
And did you participate in any way with the training? Like, not a baseball camp or anything. You just went down there. Like, what did you guys do?
Oh, so the fantasy camp, that takes place in January.
Okay.
And that is where you go down and you actually do play with former Mets and other people that are in fantasy camp. But your coach could be like my friend Eric DeTaglione went, and his coach was Mookie Wilson.
Nice.
1 year, I think he said. And that would be incredible. But that's very expensive to do that.
Yeah.
And it's like thousands of dollars to go. It didn't cost us that much for the spring training. We had the shows and everything, and so we did 3 shows down there. But yeah, they're talking about baseball may not start till May.
Wow.
Mid-May, which sounds suspiciously like June.
Yeah. And then what do they have, like 160 games?
162, but they're talking about maybe like 144 now.
Yeah.
So that might be the season, like a 144 season. Now, the Mets usually start off strong in April and May and then go kaput in June.
Oh, boy. Wow.
So if they start in June, then they should really delay till July and just play the second half. And then the Mets usually always do well in the second half. So if we can eliminate the whole first half of baseball, that might help the Mets.
Yeah.
Just do 81 games.
You never know. That's like hockey. I think it's 81.
81 games? Hockey's 81?
81 or 82. Yeah, I think so. Something like that. Yep.
But this is, so what really is incredible, like in the business world, like I've been, a few weeks ago, I moved half my 401k over out of stocks into cash. So now I've been buying a little bit as I see the market turn. I've been trying to put money back in at the lower rate lower price.
Yeah.
So most of my money was in an S&P 500 index fund.
Mm-hmm.
I moved half of it out. Now I'm putting it back in. When that thing takes off again, because the last time this happened, the financial crisis, the S&P 500 went up 400% in those 11 years.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of money to be made. I even bought some airlines, cruise lines. Those companies are going to rebound,
Oh yeah.
and they're at record lows.
Mm-hmm.
52-week, 104-week lows.
Yeah.
So I feel like Gordon Gekko. I'm out there trading stocks.
Yeah. Well, it's not easy to invest money into things that are down. A lot of people are very scared to do that, but that's the reward of it. So
Well, I read this billionaire was buying the oil stocks they're off like 50,
yeah, they're
60
real low. Yeah.
percent or more. And this billionaire guy has been buying up all those stocks and assets. So when the oil, eventually energy is going to take off again. But it's like everything is down at the same time. Like oil is down, airlines are down. So now the airlines are going to start to buy fuel so that when the recovery they're going to start to buy gas at a lower price for the future.
Mm-hmm.
So that when they start flying a lot again, they're going to be flying with much cheaper fuel.
Yeah, but I'm sure we're not going to see that reflection in the prices.
No, never. Do you remember when the whole thing with Katrina, when the gas prices were like 99 cents a gallon, then they shot way up to $3, $4 a gallon?
Yeah.
They put in all those surcharges, fuel surcharge on food, fuel surcharge. Did those surcharges ever go away?
No.
Never.
Unbelievable. We're always getting screwed.
We're always getting screwed. The only constant in the universe is that the little guy gets screwed.
Death, taxes, and the middle class gets screwed.
Middle class gets screwed.
Simple as that.
And don't forget the poor. The poor get screwed even more. That's a good campaign slogan for Bernie Sanders.
The poor get screwed even more.
The poor get screwed even more. That's a T-shirt. That is a T-shirt for Bernie Sanders. Did you watch the debate last night between him and Biden?
I did not watch any debates at all.
They're very boring.
Well, Joe Biden and
Two old
Bernie
guys.
Sanders. That's like...
This is a fascinating question, and I'm being serious for a second. You've got all three people, either the current president or two people running, all in their 70s. So they're all high risk for coronavirus. What if they get it? Fascinating question.
Yeah, that's deep.
That's deep. And what if they get it? Now, when do they think this thing is going to fizzle out?
I don't know. I really don't know.
You can't even imagine the impact it's had on comedy. Shows are getting canceled.
Everything. We had a Nassau County official, Town of Oyster Bay,
Right.
came to the studio today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and said that we are not to put on any events anymore. So we do a showcase and an open jam here every Thursday night. So
No good?
Nope. They don't want it. It's right now. It's supposed to be anything less than 49 people you can hold, but you have to have the room. So you can't jam just because you can put 49 people and you can't jam them.
You can't put them on top of each other.
Yeah. So we could have a little event, but yeah, we can't. We're not supposed to pack people in here. So
you'd have
everything's
to have,
closed. Restaurants, bars, nightclubs. It's all done.
And what's crazy about this situation is that whenever anything happens that's major, you always have some escape. You've got the restaurants, the bars, sports, nothing.
Now,
everything stopped at the same time.
Right now, it's this really the only thing that we can do is TV, radio,
Right.
and
Shows like this.
reading. You can read, you can watch TV, you can watch movies at home. That's pretty much it.
That's it.
Thank God we got Wi-Fi. We got internet.
If that goes down, that'll be the end of civilization
Could you
as we know it.
imagine people would actually have to communicate with each
They'd have
other?
to talk to each other. They'd have to read a book on a printed piece of paper.
The
The
horror.
horror. We said that at the same
Exactly.
time. We absolutely did not signal each other that that's what we were going to say. The horror.
The horror.
That
Could
would
you-
be...
Could you imagine? Could you imagine reading? Well, actually, see, Personally, I like to read books.
I do
I
too.
can't stand reading on an iPad or something like that. So I like actually to hold a book. But yeah, the majority of the people, nobody reads books. Nobody reads magazines anymore.
When I was
They're
in
online.
publishing, do you know what people? I did a little research when the iPads and everything were coming out, and then a couple years later, you know what people told me? They wanted to read the print version of our magazine because they said, I'm on a computer all day at work. I want to lean back, relax, and read the magazine and relax.
I could see that.
I could take it to the beach. I could take it, I don't have to worry about getting sand on it. I could just read. And now what I did was my flight, like we had a little bit of a delay taking off. You can't use any electronics or whatever. I was just reading the book.
Mm-hmm.
And, because my TV didn't work, part of the flight. They tried to reset the TVs. Half the TVs on the flight didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So I had no TV. I downloaded on the CBS app an episode of Star Trek Discovery. So I'm like, I could at least watch that episode on the plane. That didn't work without access to the internet, and the internet was slow. I'm like, what's the point of downloading it to your phone if you still need a live connection to verify it? That's stupid. It should be on the phone, and you just watch it independent. My phone should be in airplane mode, no connection to the outside world. I should still be able to watch that content. So that didn't work. So now I actually had to read a book. I actually had to pick up a book, but at least it was high definition. The pages the high def.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, if the Wi-Fi, in fact, that could be like a horror movie. In a world where there's coronavirus quarantines and no Wi-Fi, that guy would make that. He would do the preview for that.
Yeah.
He died, the preview guy.
The main guy?
Yeah, a few years ago. Pat LaFontaine.
Pat LaFontaine. That's the name of a hockey player who was on the Islanders.
Maybe I'm confusing it. I don't know hockey. Was it? It may have been some other LaFontaine.
Okay.
I call him the movie preview announcer guy.
Yeah. He was the man.
I was hoping to get some of those gigs after he passed away.
Well, I think they got somebody close to him.
Yeah, but no, he's not that. That guy was like, in a world. Like, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
It's got to be deep.
Yeah.
Well, my voice is a little off because I was doing Fauci for a while.
Yeah.
That's a tough voice
Yeah.
to do, Fauci. You don't have any more questions for him, do you?
No, I don't want to talk to him anymore.
Flatten the curve. Flatten the curve.
Imagine a hill without the hill. I mean, that's
really what it is.
classic.
Well, they showed.
I mean, that's comparable to, like a parable that Jesus actually told.
Really?
Yeah, it's just so relatable to the people to understand and capture.
It's like a hill, and then there's no hill. It's flat. Flatten the curve.
Yeah,
You remove the curve from the curve.
it's amazing. It's no wonder why he's the spokesperson, and
He really is fantastic. He's 79, but he should run for. First of all, he looks fantastic. I thought he was a lot younger. I thought he was in the 60s.
Yeah.
Like early 60s, late 50s.
So
79.
speaking of a spokesperson,
Yep.
okay, our mayor Bill De Blasio
Oh yeah, De Blasio.
tells people today that we should act as if we have the coronavirus.
So I should lie in bed and cough and wheeze. Ladies and gentlemen, now playing the coronavirus. Emmy Award-winning actor.
All I know is, we manifest our thoughts. Our things that we think about, we create. That's the secret manifestation. And I think, honestly, I understand what he's saying,
Yeah.
but that's the last thing we need is everybody saying to themselves, I got the coronavirus,
His staff couldn't believe he went to the gym today. His own staff
Yeah.
was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, just because it's legal to go, because you set this arbitrary 9 o'clock thing, is it a smart idea? The optics of that is stupid.
Yeah, he did something like that when he first went into office with I forget it was something with snow or something that wasn't supposed to be done, and he did it. I forget what it was. It was a long time ago. But yeah.
Well, actually, I defended him there.
What was it? I don't remember. I know there was something that happened.
He was going to close the schools because of the snowstorm, but the forecast was one of those forecasts where they weren't sure. If it like one minor change, and it could have been better or worse depending on like a very small variable in the weather. So it was very unpredictable. There was a wide range of inches reported. It was a lot less than it was originally forecast, ended up being lighter, and he was criticized for closing the schools. He's like, if I keep them open, people criticize. If I close them, people criticize because the parents have nowhere to go. It's like so I actually defended him there because that was an impossible. I said, I always like to say, if I was the person, what would I do in that situation? And that turned out to be less than they forecast.
Yeah.
And they didn't come out with that till like after he would have had to make a decision that it was going to be lighter. There was a chance it was going to be lighter. So I also defended him on and I'm a card-carrying Italian. When he was eating pizza with a fork and knife, nobody has more Italian credentials than I do. I defended him on that. There were some times where even I will eat pizza. If you get a Sicilian slice,
it matters what kind of
gooey, cheesy, saucy, right out of the oven, hot, right out of the oven. That is going to drip and droop. You don't even have enough crustal support foundationally.
Crustal support.
Foundation.
Interesting.
To pick it up. You have to eat it like lasagna almost. On a regular pie, again, right out of the oven with cheese. Again, a regular pie is even less crustal foundation.
And that's strange because I would think the pie with the most crustal foundation would be a pan pizza.
Pan pizza
with a thick crust.
That
but
you got to sometimes
those
do
are
with a fork and
eaten
knife.
with a fork and knife.
Well, it's not the thickness of the foundation. It's it's how fast it actually hardens into a crust.
The crustal density.
I'm sorry, that's the proper term. Crustal density. Yes, the crustal density. If it's a pie that's been out for a while, that pie will harden to the point where you can pick up a regular slice and not have any droopage of the tip of the triangle.
Crustal droopage.
Crustal droopage. These are all amazing terms. Everybody knows what we're talking about.
These are real terms. We're not making these up.
These are absolutely real terms. I'm just going to check real quick.
I don't even think the word crustal exists, to be honest.
Oh my God,
they're
talking July now for baseball. Oh God, I can't. Jim Ray Jim Ray is a great guy. He used to be on a radio show. I used to call on his show as Trump all the time. He ran a show on another network, and great show, terrific show, unbelievable show. But this is a lot of fun doing it over here on Strong Island. We want to be strong. Was Schwarzenegger really an inspiration? Is that why you...
No, absolutely
Or was that
not.
a great improv?
I was trying to tie it in. I'm on the phone with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I'm trying to weave something.
That was very good. I believed you.
Okay.
The thing to remember is that except when I actually say, I'm serious, this is actually true, everything on this show is bogus for entertainment purposes only. Except the weather. The weather, I didn't print out the weather.
I will tell you, there is a word.
What?
Crustal.
Crustal. What is it?
Crustal movement
mean?
Is the resulting form of causing deformation of the Earth's crust, a tectonic movement. So crustal is a word.
Is a term, but I've applied it to pizza.
Yes.
Now, maybe in that universe that we communicated with earlier, which is similar,
that's the norm.
but different.
Crustal is a commonly used word every day.
Wait, what did we say before? Did we say the same but different, or different but the same?
It's the same but different.
That's what we said, right?
Yeah.
The same but different.
Mm-hmm.
I am not even able to think straight anymore with this. I probably shouldn't even be on the air because my mind is mush.
This is really, really a deep show. I mean, this is not for the average person, this show.
Well, I was told by the listening public to cover coronavirus. So I did it the best I could. I had President Soprano. I had Dr. Fauci. Flatten the curve. I got to figure out a way to put him in my stand-up act now that impression is operational. And first of all, we got that up at record time. Okay, I watched him. It's very stressful.
You need like a cup of tea with honey before you do that, before and after.
Totally need tea with honey. I need some kind of lozenge.
You sound a little bit like an older drag queen.
Well, that's how he talks. That's how he talks. But that's how, I listen to him. People will tell me if it's off.
You know, you sound a little bit like that. Who's the guy who used to call in Laughter Saves Lives live?
Oh my God, Muriel! Holy!
It's a little bit reminiscent of Muriel.
I forgot all about. I still have no clue who the hell that is. That's right. For those of you that are new listeners to the radio, we used to have on the Laughter Saves Live show, which I'm also on occasionally. I'm still a cast member of that show. I won't leave that show because I don't want to be like David Caruso who left NYPD Blue. Right, you got to stay. So even though I do this show, it's like a Phil Collins Genesis thing.
Yeah,
right, I'm still in Genesis.
You're going solo, but you're always invited back to join the band.
I'm Casey Kasem, and even though I'm still in Genesis, I also do some solo acts.
I love Casey Kasem.
Mm-hmm.
It was so sad when he passed away a few years ago.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you a story that I don't know if many people have heard before. In 1995, my then girlfriend, now wife, we went to go see David Letterman. She got tickets to go see Letterman.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Letterman. The guy next to me online was picked by the producers to be on the show as a member of the audience, some kind of segment. We had no idea what. So they first interview the guy. David Letterman pulls the guy because he's going to come back later in the show. So my wife said to me, if he interviewed you and asked you what you did, what would you have said? I said, I would have said I'd do impressions. She goes, who would you have done? I said, Casey Kasem. Guy comes back out. I have no idea who the guests are on the show other than Carol Burnett and David Copperfield. Guy comes out. He goes, and to do this segment, because they sent the guy's pants across America, they took his pants and put them on the back of a truck, sent them across America, and that kept coming back every week or whatever. The guy who was in charge of that segment was Casey Kasem. Could you imagine if I told Dave I do Casey Kasem, had no idea he was on the show, and then he comes out? Television history. I swear to God, totally true story. It didn't happen, but true story.
That could have been your big break.
That would have been my break. I would have been so famous.
God knows what could have happened.
I would have been on Saturday Night Live immediately.
That could have been the springboard.
The springboard.
To early success.
Instead, I did the triple Lindy. I never made it big.
You ever see when the movie when was it Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield?
Of course, the triple Lindy.
And yeah, okay.
Oh, the triple Lindy. Nobody can do that dive. Too dangerous. Can your son do that dive? That was great. I love that
God
picture.
bless him. He's amazing. Did you ever see Easy Money with him and Joe Pesci? Oh.
One of the reasons I'm a comic today.
Yeah, like a lot of people never have seen that movie.
Oh, I used to do that. That was like one of my first impressions.
Yeah.
In fact, the first time I was ever on stage, Wantaw High School talent show, 1986. I'm a junior. My friend's band, Joe Randazzo, drummer, great drummer, he goes on before me, his band. So the order of the show was his band, then me, and Joe stayed there with the drums so he could do the rim shot. So I did all Dangerfield jokes as Dangerfield with him doing the rim shot.
Nice.
It was amazing.
That's cool.
We just found the tape. No, not the tape. Recently, a few years ago, we found pictures of it that people had. I know it was recorded. I got to find the tape. It was VHS, but I do have a DVD of my very first set of Governors 31 years ago.
Wow.
I was horrified when I saw it. Terrible. But the comedians, so many of my friends whose only income stream is stand-up, they're all getting shows canceled.
Yeah.
Cruise ship. It's horrible out there.
Absolutely.
This thing, I can't wait till this is all over with.
Yeah.
But so they actually came down here to town, huh?
Yeah.
In person.
Mm-hmm. They were basically visiting all venues, bars, restaurants, and just letting them know.
So if we would have put paper up in the window, I'm kidding.
Toilet
I'm kidding,
paper?
Toilet paper. So we don't know why the people are buying the toilet paper. I can't do it anymore. I love watching him though. He's been around since Ronald Reagan. He was in charge. He stopped, like, he found the AIDS epidemic solution. Like, he knew, like, what was causing that. Like, he's been an infectious disease specialist for a long time. But yeah, I was supposed to have work done on the house. We're not doing. I mean, I can't have that done now. Crazy stuff. So everything is going to be affected. But once this is over, I think everything is going to rebound very fast.
Yeah, I'm sure
the
it'll
demand is
rebound.
going to be there. As soon as they open up baseball, it's going to sell out because people are all going to want to
but you know
go.
what the problem? I think the big problem is small businesses are going to take a hit
That's the hard
because
part.
like we're not brick and mortar businesses. A lot of us don't have 6 months rent in the bank.
In the bank, right?
We're going month by month.
Right.
And we're going to get affected. I'm feeling it big time already. So it's going to be tough to get through this, and hopefully maybe we can get some help somehow. But this is not a good thing for small business.
No. The only thing that's helping the restaurants is that they could do takeout and delivery.
Yeah.
So they can at least, but the gyms can't do anything. They're just shut down.
No.
Unbelievable. Let's hope this whole thing wraps up quickly. I think that's a good time to wrap up the show.
Wow.
We'll end a little early because after doing Anthony Fauci for that long, my voice is shot.
Yeah.
But we want to wish Paul Bond was supposed to be okay. It would have been a much better show with Paul Bond.
Oh.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, it would have.
It would have been because Paul would have filled in the blanks like when we were. Well, first of all, when I was passing out as Anthony Fauci, Paul would have had like 10 minutes of material.
Yeah.
No, Bobby is an amazing co-host.
I'm not a comedian.
Bobby's not a comedian. He's an amazing producer. We can't. The show doesn't happen without Bobby. I can't do it anymore. Voice is shot. No, this is a great show. Well, Paul Bond, we're going to have on a future week. Absolutely future week. We do have, hopefully, see, I don't even know I have guests booked for the next 2 weeks, but who knows where the hell we're going to be next week, what this is going to look like.
Well,
hopefully we're going to broadcast on this frequency as long as we can.
The good news is, if you have a cancellation, I'm available.
You're available.
The bad news is, I'm available.
No, this is a great show. I thought it was a good show. I think we were informative, funny. We did like a nice balance, I thought, of informative and funny. Did you hear the thing that they're saying with the coronavirus now? And I don't know if it's true, but I'm going to say it anyway. That if you feel something in your throat, you should gargle right away with salt water and is that true?
It
What was
stays in your throat for 4 days, and you can get rid of it. I don't know about that.
We got to find out. By next week, I'll find out about that.
I think they would be saying that all over the news. I haven't heard that once on the news.
That's true.
I heard it on Facebook.
Right. You know what we got to try to do? We got to try to watch that guy, that Fauci guy, the real guy, because he is going to tell. If that was true, he probably would have said it by now.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? Here's one thing I learned last night that I didn't ever hear before. I had no idea. I always thought the common cold was a rhinovirus. Apparently, the rhinovirus or the common cold is also a form of coronavirus. Did you hear that before?
Well, no.
I had not heard that.
But I do know that
watching a lot
the
of coverage.
coronavirus has always
Totally
been
been around.
Yeah, I mean, we
For
never
years.
heard it, by name, but yeah.
Because I have a bottle of the disinfectant.
Yeah.
And on the back,
It says
norovirus. Now, last week, I had the stomach bug.
Mm-hmm.
It went through my house like in a day. My daughter, my wife, my son, and then me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I didn't have as many symptoms as my daughter. My daughter had it the worst. But that freaking norovirus, see, all this shit's still going around.
Mm.
We're worried about coronavirus. Stomach, they call it the stomach flu, but it's really not a flu. It's a bug. But don't worry, I'm not contagious. That was like a week ago.
Yeah. Well, at least everybody has plenty of toilet paper home.
Now that I needed the toilet paper for.
Yeah.
And all these assholes are buying all the toilet paper.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Why are they buying? They're even saying that there's no disruption to the supply chain. Like
they said there's plenty of toilet paper on its way.
On its way, they showed on the news the warehouses. And the warehouses are shipping it to the stores as fast
That's
as
what you need to invest in, Charmin.
Charmin.
I would buy stock in Charmin right now.
Well, that stock is on a roll.
Yeah, it's probably way up.
On a roll. I'm sorry. I'm an
That was
asshole.
good.
I can't stop with the puns. I'm a sick man.
Well, at least it's not going down the drain.
No! And they're saying that the stores are flush with toilet paper. No, but the people are buying it. They're like crazy. And you see the fist fights now over the stuff?
No, I have not
In
seen
the
any
stores,
fist
I
fights.
saw some of it. Disgusting. First of all, what the hell are you doing touching somebody if you think they have... But this is what's crazy. You talk about social distancing. All these people are in the stores when they're packed.
Mm-hmm.
They should have... You know what they got to go to? Like we did with the... Remember the cars with the gas?
Yeah.
They should do something with the last name. Last name 8 or whatever. You go on the odd number day and last number whatever. You go on the even day to the stores. That's what we got to do.
John Santo for president of the United States.
There you go.
What do you think?
Maybe of the other United States, but not
The
this
one in that alternate?
Yeah, I could see that. I don't think you're ready for this one.
This one? Why not?
I don't know.
I'm totally qualified to be president. I'm over 35. I was born here, and I'm a 14-year resident. Isn't it sad that that's the only requirement? First of all, they got to immediately raise the age for Congress, Senate to 40. I don't want any frickin' millennials in public office. They don't know what the hell they're doing. Now I sound like a boomer. Well, that's a wrap for this episode of the radio. I want to thank my special guest host who did a fantastic job.
Thank you. Bobby Serra.
Bobby Serra. I'm John Santo. Everybody stay healthy. Listen to what the experts say. Avoid social distancing. We will endure. We will get through this. And be nice to everybody. And we'll see you on the flip side.
God bless.
God bless.